Hey, it's MK, and I am here with a Messy Monday layout for you guys today using gelatos and art crayons, and I'm also playing along with Scraptember's prompt, which is minimalist. So I have pulled out my labels that I have created for the shop. So they are very muted, very pastel-y labels. I also have a scrap of gray cardstock from leftover from a previous layout, one single photo of the Shoshone Falls, this stencil from the Crafter's Workshop, as well as some gelatos and texture paste. So this it's actually called embossing paste from Stampin' Up. And then the gelatos, which is blood orange, I borrowed it from Janet. The orange that I had was a little on the brighter side. And then I'm going to be using my Altenew metal spatula. I love these spatulas, or painter's palette, I think is, or yeah, painter's palette, I think you can call it. And then I have these 3D acetate layered embellishments from 49 and Market a millennia ago, you guys. I bought these in 2019. I wish that they would remake them because I love the texture and the dimension of them, but they are on the shiny side. This is from a Wander collection. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm also going to be using a white base card, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave off a little bit of this gelato. Now I do apologize for it being in the what's it called? In the blurry section. It will go back into focus here soon. I do not know what is causing the blur. I don't know if it's that big white light or what is causing it. I do apologize. But immediately I knew I shaved off too much. Now, the intention of this scrap piece of paper was to test what I'm going to be creating, not to mix my texture paste onto it. I don't know what I was thinking, but this is what happens when it comes to being in a room full of girls, is you forget what it is you're really doing. Now, this is real time. This is how slow that I work in real time because, truth be told, I actually did not record the rest of this video. I show all the mixed media and share with you guys what I do with my leftovers, but then when it came to finishing the layout, I forgot to turn the video back on. So I do apologize. I have lots of pictures. Well, a few pictures because it's minimal. It's a minimalist layout. But I just don't know what happened. It went by so fast making this layout that I couldn't tell you why I didn't record it. But then I looked up and realized, oh no, I just did this whole 2.56 second layout and I didn't record any of it. This is the longest part. And this is where I realize, what am I doing? I did not pull this paper out to mix my color. I pulled it out to practice the shading and the color that I'm looking for. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to match the color of the peach that is in the middle of one of the flowers on this set. Then I don't even end up using it. I don't even end up using that one flower. So yes, it's kind of pointless, but I still love how it turned out. So I had to go and get a napkin. So because I didn't realize I was going to keep needing to dig in and get more white because it's still too orange. I do end up digging in quite a bit and pulling out a lot of this texture paste. So I do end up with a ton of leftover of this texture paste. Now, again, this is all real time. I did cut out a few pieces because I might have gotten lost on my way back to the desk from getting a paper towel or something to that effect, which basically what I mean by getting lost is stopping and visiting with somebody or something along the way from where the towels are and to where my desk is. So yes, this is the orange flower here in the little cluster next to the yellow flower that I was trying to match. And it's still just a hair too dark. So I'm going to wipe off a little bit more of this paint because, or I should say this texture paste now, because when I put it in, I don't want it to be orange. I don't want all that orange to get on. So I grab out a ton more. Now this jar seems never ending. I know that it's not, but it's so light and fluffy and full that it does seem like it's never ending. So I think instead of doing, and I apologize, but instead of getting the Tim Holtz texture pastes. I think I'm going to end up ordering some more of this stuff because it's just I feel like it lasts a little bit longer. I'm not really sure. So here I am thinking that I got it just right, and I'm happy with how this color looks. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up a little bit of my desk and move things out of the way so that way I can get my white cardstock in focus. Of course, I'm going to play with it a little bit more, make sure that all of that pigment is mixed in and not sitting on top of, because if I did, then it's going to be variegated, right? Have some dark spots and light spots, which would have looked fine as well. All right, so now that my desk is all cleaned off of embellishments, I'm going to go ahead and trim my photo down because of the fact that I needed to know exactly how big my photo is and make sure that the texture paste extends past from where I need it to be so I can have it in the background instead of covered up by a whole bunch of stuff, which I've done in the past as well. So, and also because my eyeballs are crooked, I'm going to use a ruler to make sure that my photo is at least semi-square on the page and where I want it. Now, I was going to put this right smack dab in the middle of my layout, and then I decided, no, I'm good. I think I just want it down on the bottom, to the bottom right, because the falls are flowing into the left, right? They're coming down the mountain and going into the left. So I decided that I was going to put my picture down into the right. Because then I can go up farther, but I don't want to go up too far because this is a minimalist layout. And minimalist basically just means that I'm going to use very few supplies and very few surface area, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my stencil, and you don't ever, ever, ever have to use a stencil in its entirety. Nobody ever said you had to do cover to cover, edge to edge on a stencil. So I'm just going to use a little bit here and a little bit there. And then I'm going to flip my stencil, not upside down because that would be a hot mess, but I'm going to flip it on its side so that way I get the same design, but going the other side. And again, not doing the exact same area. So that way it looks different even though I'm going over the exact same spots. Now I've got two different variations of the same stencil, just sideways, right? Okay, and then I have way too much paste to waste, so I was not going to just wipe it up and get rid of it. So I brought out this stencil here. This is one of my favorite Crafters Workshop stencils. It has been long retired. I don't know why it retired, but it is fabulous. I've used it on my outdoor layouts. I've used it on Halloween layouts. I have used it for quite a few things. I don't even remember the name of it, you guys. I do apologize. But this one, by the time that I'm done, I was so super excited that I wanted to instantly use it on a Halloween layout because it looks like an orange spider web. And of course, one of the retreaters had some Halloween paper and borrowed it to me or gave it to me because I can't give it back once I use it. And so I was super excited. And then I found some dies that Joni owned that I could use as well and make a Halloween layout. Now, I didn't get to make this layout, but I will make it in October so you guys can see it and enjoy it, and it's going to be fabulous. All right, so here is the final result. Like I said, it came together so super fast because I just used the clusters of embellishments and I was done. I did take the word Snapshot and I put it on the gray cardstock. It's one of the stickers that came on the acetate sheet. And so I took the word Snapshot and I adhered it to the gray cardstock and I cut it out. I distressed the edges of my labels and went ahead and did 2 labels in the upper cluster with one of those, are they called succulents? Succulents and leaves, and then I added this cute little post that says Scenic View in Paradise with another succulent and leaf behind the title, and then I stuck in a cute little camera. All of these elements came from that little sticker sheet, and then of course on the side of the snapshot on the right, I went ahead and I added another label just in case I wanted to put a date or, something about the falls, something microscopic, because I didn't want a whole lot because I have 5 or 6 of these layouts already made of the falls, but I thought that the falls themselves needed their own layout. All right, you guys, thank you so much for putting up with the fact that I did not have a recording for today. I really, truly appreciate it. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have down below for Messy Monday, as well as Scraptember. I have playlist links as well as Facebook group links. And again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.